It's not getting it. But it wasn't from a place of hate the way it is now. It's just like, this is a fact, and you can't really say anything against it.
The perfect example is when he decided, I'm not going to go to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he said it in such an interesting way, because what he said is that I'm not going to go kill a Vietnamese man.
I'm not going to kill innocent people for a country that when I'm still persecuted at home.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But you listen to how he said that.
Yeah, that's what.
And it just kind of like, well, geez, that kind of rings true in a lot of ways. You had to really admire his conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it took away, was it 5 years of his prime boxing time? Fighting that case.
Well, is
to
that
be
how
reinstated.
they got the Manila fight?
You only had
Is he still not allowed to box here?
No. He only fought one fight during that period, and that was in Georgia, because Georgia was not ruled by the National Boxing Commission. And I forget the gentleman that he fought, but he only fought one fight, and that was in Georgia.
Yeah, but that was his first time going after the belt, going back after the belt after he got Because it was the other thing I remember seeing this a couple years ago. It was a different documentary about Martin. It wasn't even about Ali. It was about Frazier. And they was saying, how so many years he kind of carried around, an animosity.
Oh yeah.
But as they got later in life, they they reconciled with one another. Because Ali saw it all as doing his job. It was my job is this shit talking, and then to back that shit talking up in the ring. That's my job.
It's around animosity here though originally.
Yeah, but it seemed in particularly bad.
It was a little harsh.
Yeah,
it was very harsh.
Ali. It was harsh, Ali. So, and I think, I was just thinking just now. I think part of that had to be because of what you said. It's if it rings true, it stings more. Because part of what his criticism is you don't deserve that belt. You don't. You're like, because you never beat me. Like, that belt was given to you. That you're like, I was the champ when you got it. Therefore, I'm still the champ. And until you beat me, you're really not the champ, and you know it. And I think that hurt more than anything else. Like, because he called him ugly and he called him a gorilla, but he called everybody ugly.
Well, he called Frazier a gorilla.
Nobody.
Things like that, and that was kind of hurtful.
Yeah. That's hurt. The Uncle Tom hurt.
That's what was
the Uncle Tom hurt. Yeah. But like I said, as they became older men, I was happy to find that they reconciled and became good friends.
That's a point I was about to make. Not necessarily that, but as you become older, you become wiser in the world.
Yeah.
And you learn to drop
Hopefully.
your prejudices and your stronger opinions.
Yeah. Yes. Some people.
And you do mellow. Good people do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And you learn to start taking people at face value. And you get better at taking people at face value and learn how to read them. And that's a great quality that good human beings, everybody here, I have no doubt, has that quality and will evolve into that quality. Because, I think that's the most important quality a human being can have. And then you learn to love people better. You learn to love yourself better.
Yeah.
And Ali he definitely loved himself.
He
But he
did.
also,
He did.
And you look at it, wasn't really familiar with a lot of his other wives, but his last wife was always by his side.
Yeah, yeah.
And always got him. She just had this gentle way of taking care of him. And I admired her very much.
Yeah, because she married him, and he already had Parkinson's.
Yeah.
So yeah, to kind of know.
She was kind of a caretaker to him in a way, but
Yeah,
you
what
could
you're
also
gonna
tell-
face.
Yeah.
The one thing, I'm an old married man. I've been married a long time, and there was a love between them that was evident to see anytime you saw them together.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing.
It is a cool thing.
That's a cool
And I always admire when you see, this is definitely off subject, but I always love when you see, because to tell you the truth, it's rarer than we'd like to believe, but when you see couples and you can see it, it's there. The love is all over that couple. And that's a beautiful and rare bird,
I was building some houses down here in our hood, about 27th and Mongol.
Did you do Bah Humbug, Chris?
27th and Benton. And I just remembered this. There was an old couple that would walk by in the mornings, and he would always have his hat on. They're black couple. Have his hat on. She always had a nice dress on. He always had a suit jacket on. And I think they walked down to a little store down the way, and they'd walk back. A lot of times they were holding hands, and they had to be well into their 80s. And every time they walked by, I'd just stop and look at them and just go, how cool is that?
Yeah.
There's just a certain elegance and beauty to somebody like that. It's just, that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you were talking about the Frazier thing.
Yeah.
Ollie did lose to Frazier. That was
Yeah,
his 5 losses. He got
Yeah.
an ass handed to him by Frazier.
Yeah, he
That was
did.
a brutal.
Yeah,
brutal
one
fight.
of those, that loss to Frazier.
He won the
was,
rematch, but the first loss
Yeah,
was
the first
after
one.
the
So wait,
suspension.
so it was
They fought twice.
no, I'm trying to think. So the
Fought 3 times.
second,
Right?
I thought they only fought twice. I thought he only fought.
I'm
Kenny
thinking was
White
the
3
second
times, but let's see, I
fight-
got it right here. Joe Frazier.
71, he lost a 15
Oh no, they
round
did fight
decision.
3 times. Yeah, and he got the TKO in the 3rd fight.
I'm just thinking, was the second fight the one with the Rumbling Joe? The one we all
75 was the Thrill in Manila.
said? Thriller Manila. That's right.
Rumbling.
Rumble in the Jungle.
That was
was
Foreman.
Yeah,
That wasn't
Rumble in the
Frazier.
I think you're right. I think
Rumble
it
in
was
the Jungle
just
was
2
4.
fights.
Nah, there were 3.
There
I
were
was
3?
wrong.
Okay.
Because they fought in 71 and Frazier won.
Right. And then he
then
won the first fight.
Yeah, and then they fought again in 74, and then Ollie won that one, which was interesting. And then he beat him again in 75.
75.
That's the Thrill in Manila.
That's the Thriller Manila. Okay. I was trying to think, was it
Rumble
the
in
second
Jungle
or
was
third?
definitely Foreman,
Yeah,
'cause
that was
everybody
Foreman.
going Ali Boumbaye.
Yeah, Ali
Yeah.
Boumbaye. Yeah.
It was too crumpled. It was too built up for that one.
Ooh. So while we're talking about Ali fights of the fight fans, and does anybody have a favorite or maybe 1 or 2 favorite Ali fights that they can think of?
I think one of the most interesting ones that most people don't ever give credit to, and the guy actually ended up suing Sylvester Stallone about it later, was the fight against Chuck Wepner, which was the inspiration for Rocky.
For Rocky, yes.
Yeah, and it was just a brutal fight that went on way longer than it should have, and never. I mean, it was a joke. Ollie just didn't look like he gave a shit and was playing around the whole time, and Webner was there to fight. I mean, the dude had like a day job. So he should never have been in that fight.
Never been in that fight.
At all, but that turned out to be the inspiration for Rocky, which was kind of interesting too. So I think that's one of my favorite ones.
And not to go too far off track, I just seen something about Rocky where the real Rocky, he like won a big suit against Sylvester Stallone.
That's
Or-
Chuck Wepner. Yeah,
Chuck
that's the
Wepner,
guy. Yeah, his
Rocky Marciano?
No.
Rocky,
Chuck
like
Wepner
Chuck,
was the
like
inspiration for Rocky Balboa, and the Sylvester Stallone movie.
And
So
then his
yeah.
whole story, and then I guess Chuck Webber got caught with some illegal possession, went to jail, and they were filming a part of some Sylvester Stallone movie when he was in there, and then they kind of crossed paths a couple of times. And I think the second time he seen him, he was like, they just, Rocky always, Sylvester Stallone always embraced him, like, hey, kind of showed him around, but he was like, well, how come I'm not seeing any residuals from this?
Right.
And I ended up taking him to court, cleaning it up.
I think he did win some money,
Yeah. It was undisclosed, but I'm sure it was at least 10 plus million. It had to be
something.
They did hundreds of millions on Rocky.
Oh yeah. I mean, for
sure.
I mean, it was just a small movie.
yeah,
So.
the crazy thing is
Creed was a great movie.
adjusted gross for Rocky today. If it would have came out and made equivalent money today, it would have made like $700 million or something
Yeah, it
ridiculous.
would have been nuts.
Like, it was a huge
And
movie.
people
at the
forget
time.
that it was an Academy Award nominee.
Yeah.
I think the fight he actually lost that was interesting to me was when he fought Leon Spinks.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, that thing went 15 rounds.
Yeah.
And Leon was the East St. Louis boy, you know, he was just a brawler, hard-nosed fighter.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was after the Thrill of Manila, and Chris and I were talking earlier that we both kind of agree, he wasn't the same after that fight. That fight took something out of him.
Yeah. Spinks put something on him that fight.
Well,
He did.
Larry Holmes, I mean, like, he was fighting like the best of the best. I mean, like, you look
Yeah,
back
Holmes
at the people
was-
that he
Holmes
did
was
fight.
Larry Holmes
serious
was a hell of
boxer.
a good fighter.
Oh my
He was a
God,
serious
he's a great
boxer.
fighter. And all he did, I do like the fact that he fought all the big names. I mean, maybe if you want to make a comparison today, where Mayweather clearly is undefeated champion,
I mean, who was there for the fight, though?
Pacquiao was the only one.
Yeah.
And
Pacquiao's the only real down.
But
Even though he should have fought him at the right time.
Not in Pacquiao's prime.
But they both were with 36. when they
No,
fought.
but
No.
Pacquiao was further past his prime
Oh, yeah,
than
by a lot.
Mayweather was. Yeah.
I still don't think it don't matter. It doesn't think it would have mattered.
No, but Pacquiao in his prime, I don't know.
Mayweather would have won.
Mayweather just so he's just.
I
too-
don't think so.
I don't
He's
know.
such a defensive fighter, man.
I think
you can't hit him.
You
can't
just
touch
you
him.
can't get near him.
You can't touch him.
Somebody needs to punch him in his mouth.
Well, it
Big-
doesn't matter
big
now.
Ortiz on this
The anonymous female is not a big fan
Well, last
of
fight,
Mr.
what did he do?
She is not
No.
a fan of Floyd.
I am
Floyd
not.
Mayweather.
I can't
Yeah,
watch
yeah, for
him do anything.
And this is
Not
an-
even a 5-minute
This is an
interview.
interesting question to me. If you had to take the greatest, and again, we were talking about this before we started, the greatest boxer at the prime.
Ooh.
Just take him at their prime.
Yeah.
Who would win the fight of all time and win
Yeah.
this weighted championship? I still say Tyson.
I don't like Mike.
You know,
He was too
the
much.
funny thing is, Mike, I think in the one interview that he got, but Ali was sitting there. He was like, no, all tongues must confess, all heads
That was
must bow.
Arsenio,
Ali.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was on Arsenio.
Yeah.
But I do believe, and I am a massive Ali fan, I do believe Ali in his prime versus Tyson in his
Iron Mike
prime.
in 88.
Oh yeah.
88
Yeah,
Tyson.
Tyson in his prime versus Ali in his prime. Tyson would have ate his lunch.
I agree.
But are you just talking
Tyson
about
was-
who fighting Ali in their
Yeah,
prime?
yeah.
Oh, because
Yeah,
I'm like, you
Tyson
should
was
do
a
Tyson
creature.
and
He was a
Foreman
monster.
in their primes.
What Tyson was?
Tyson
Tyson was
would've
a quick
beat him.
performer.
Yeah,
Tyson
Tyson.
would've
Yeah,
beat them.
Tyson. He would be Foreman too. I mean, Tyson was a creature.
There's no
He
saying,
just-
That's
there's no
true.
saying that they're
Woo.
not incredibly tough dudes. It's just that the advancement in training and power and everything else that goes along with it. It's like comparing dude, I love the 70s Chiefs, you know, they were great, but they're not the 2000s
Yeah,
Chiefs.
yeah,
I
they
mean,
couldn't play
those are
today,
different
yeah.
dudes, you know?
It's just like Tyson didn't wear socks in his boxing shoes.
I know.
Because
They
it
would come out
made
with a towel.
him uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And the
So he
towel,
wanted to
I
be
love the towel.
uncomfortable.
Everything he did was
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
that's-
Everything he did.
That kind of thing.
Mentality,
Like,
the
just,
mentality.
like I want to go in the ring uncomfortable because it makes me want to hurt you.
And then he would
That's
just
like that's
they'd ring the
crazy.
bell and he would just run right at you and
Yeah.
start beating your ass silly. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
But ask
he was
Leon
special.
speaks about that one too.
Yeah. 91 seconds later, see what
Boy, he
happened.
took him out quick.
Man.
But that one did not go so good.
I still think, and I'm trying to remember, was that Liston when
Sonny Liston?
was that Liston when he was when Liston was no, it wasn't Liston.
Liston was in Lewiston, Maine.
No, I'm trying to think who was
Took him
that
out first
after
round.
Liston that was refusing
Patterson.
to Patterson
Floyd
fight.
Patterson.
Well, he was refusing
Yeah.
to call him Muhammad Ali, and Ali.
He was
just,
angry.
Ali just beat his ass. It was so unrelenting. And he just said, "So what's my name, motherfucker?" Blah! I was like, God damn, he was whooping his ass. I was like, I ain't never seen nothing like it. To this day, I've never seen, other than a Tyson fight.
Patterson stole his bike.
Ooh. Man,
He been whipping on the guy, stole his bike. It had to be Patterson.
That's exactly that's exactly how he was whooping him. Like he stole something.
Was that the one
I
where
wonder how
he
many
was
times
mad at the
Ali
press
thought about
because
that.
they said they had
Probably was his
Patterson against
driving
him? Or was that
motivation.
somebody
When he
else?
got into a fight, I wonder how many times Ollie thought about it. He looked across the guy and said, "That's the guy that stole my bike."
Parts of the mentality in every fight. I think Tyson was probably the last though all-time great heavyweight.
Yeah.
Was there?
I mean, honestly,
the Klitschko brothers
yeah,
are
I'm
pretty
finna say honestly,
phenomenal.
probably the
I mean, I
Klitschko
would
brothers.
not-
But they
I would
didn't
not-
have nobody to
Tyson
fight,
was
though.
the last American.
Yeah, I don't know if they had
Not
anybody
Not
really
heavyweight. They
to
didn't really have
fight
anybody to fight, man.
after when the Klitschko's were fighting. I
I
mean, I don't
Well,
want to say that
wasn't
they were
Tyson
bums.
already
Who would they
done?
fight?
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying Tyson was like all-time great heavyweight. After that,
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of great
you had
heavyweights.
Holyfield in the mix.
Well, Holyfield, but I mean, yeah, he was around that same time with Tyson.
Lennox
though.
Lewis. I mean, there were
Yeah,
a lot
Lennox.
of great fighters back in those days.
Well,
Everybody was still punching.
Tyson's shortest fight was in The Hangover.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was the
That
end
was
of that.
freaking
Tyson,
awesome.
Lewis, Holyfield. That was like the
It
end
could have
of
been.
that.
Yeah.
Then it went to much more middleweight
Yeah,
fighting.
middleweight is all that.
But people forget that in the 80s there was middleweight fighting too.
But
You
the
know, I
heavyweight
mean,
still like how he eclipsed it though, because you had the big boys.
Not if you're talking the days of like again Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
and those
Well,
guys.
Sugar Ray did.
Yeah,
They
Roberto
were in the class of
Duran.
Sugar Ray Leonard,
I mean, like, those are the biggest
Marvin
boxing
Yeah,
draws in the world.
Hagler, Roberto Duran.
But they were
yeah,
middleweight,
Thomas
right?
Harris.
Yeah, none of
Sugar
those
Ray
guys
wasn't
are-
heavyweight, was
No,
he?
no,
No,
no.
they're all middleweights.
Is that they were throwing more punches and having better fights, more entertaining
You didn't
fights.
see as
than
many
the heavyweights were.
knockouts though. As the heavyweight, you kind of see more knockouts.
Yeah.
I was at the No
Yeah,
Mas
that's true.
fight between Duran and Sugar Ray, and you couldn't figure that one out. Duran was just this awesome fighter,
Yeah.
and what happened to him?
Yeah,
You know,
I don't know what.
That-
You know. Actually, they're doing a movie about Roberto Duran, and I think
Be an interesting movie.
Usher is playing Sugar Ray.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
He doesn't even look like
Yeah.
God, I can't imagine going through the training just to even do the movie.
Just to even do the movie, I know. I was just saying.
Brutal.
Before we change subjects, anybody else on favorite Ali fights? Good. All right. So before we get off the subject, we want to say once again to everybody out there in podcast land, if you haven't, because maybe you're young, as young Brian Massey here has not said much. Maybe you haven't seen very many Ali fights. Go to ESPN. Is there
Google
is there still a classic?
Google
Is there
up
still
Thrill
a
in
classic
Manila.
anymore?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Google
about
up
to
Thrill in
say,
Manila.
but Google them because
Since he used to fight on ABC's Wide World of Sports, which
Yeah,
people forget,
so-
we were talking
yeah,
about earlier.
yeah.
You gotta watch
ESPN
that fight.
actually has all the rights to all
All those
fights.
fights? Oh, nice,
So you can
nice.
still watch them on that.
so
right?
yeah, and yeah, if you want to see just
you want to see some poetic trash talk.
and
Boxing.
yeah, I mean just to really the style of boxing
What a
really did change with Ali because
They
nobody moved like Ali before Ali.
But then he adjusted his style for different fights.
For different fights.
I mean, to take that beating from Foreman was
Rope-a-dope.
The rope-a-dope, invented the rope-a-dope as everybody said, oh, he's doing a rope-a-dope now.
That's one
but he
thing to
invented
say.
the rope-a-dope while fighting George Foreman.
But when your strategy is, I'm going to take the most vicious beating from the largest human being on earth who hits harder than anybody else does.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stand there for 8 rounds, hope to God he gets tired, and then I'm going to kick
And
his
then I'm
ass.
going to kick his ass.
But
I don't know, that's hard.
the quote that Foreman gave that I heard on TV, and I didn't know this, is that Foreman said, I just hit him as hard as I could, and I don't know how many times. And Muhammad get up and lock up with him, whisper in his ear and says, that all you got?
That all you got?
Yeah.
He said,
Foreman kind of thought to himself, yeah, that's about it.
what was
That's
the
exactly
fight?
how he put it too. Yeah, that's about it.
What was the fight that they were showing this morning when he was in the corner and the guy was just punching, and he was.
Oh, he's so.
And then smiling at him.
21
I
punches in
can't.
like
Yeah,
30 seconds.
Yeah.
No, it was like 20 punches in 16 seconds, and he's in the corner. So normally you're stuck in the corner. You're just getting your ass handed to you.
Well, at least you got your guards up. He was
No,
just-
he's like he is doing the Matrix in the corner, not getting touched, not getting touched by anything, and then he just goes blah and backs his way out of the corner. I was just like, I've never seen. I don't know if we will see another fighter
Doesn't
like.
he do like a little dance there at the end?
Oh yeah, then after.
The Ollie Shuffle.
Then after he
Ollie
does
very famous one.
after he does the Matrix on him and he doesn't get hit, then he does the Ali face. Ah! Like I was like, wow. Like I don't know we'll ever see another fighter like this again.
I think
So-
he won a lot of his fights before they even started.
Oh yeah, he
Psychologically.
got in their head so deep. Yeah. So rest in peace to the greatest of all time,
No doubt.
Muhammad Ali.